However, also by Lord Sri Krishna's arrangement, I did attend the North American GBC meetings held in San Diego in 1990. I came to that meeting for my own reasons, which were entirely separate from the Rtvik-RAS issue. I attended that meeting in order to present to the GBC my proposal to revive the FATE Multimedia Museum project. I didn't know until I got there, but the main event of that GBC meeting was that representatives and supporters of the Rtvik Representative of the Acharya system, the Rtvik-RAS path, had come to present their views to the GBC in an official meeting between them and the GBC. It was by Krishna's arrangement that I attended those meetings. For me, it was the first time I really heard their arguments, and to me, it all sounded very reasonable and extremely interesting. But I was mostly focused on my own presentation that I was going to be making to the GBC. Still, a number of the Rtvik Acharya supporters knew me, the ones that knew me, and when they saw that I was attending that meeting, they assumed I was there in support of the Rtvik Acharya path. And for years, various devotees assumed that I supported the that Rtvik-RAS system. But I was actually aloof from it, and I wasn't involved either way. In the end of 1982, at the end of 1982, after I had fully recovered my health, and I was longing the devotee association again, I began hearing positive things about the Alachua, Florida community. I couldn't go back to live in the smog. So I sold our place in Northern California up in the mountains and moved to Alachua in January 1993. In Alachua, I heard more about the Rtvik issue. I was curious, and sometimes I'd make an attempt now and then to look into it. However, whenever I would make a serious attempt to do some research on the issue, I would get hit by very just dark feelings. I decided just to stay away from the issue and let others deal with it. For many years, I had been studying Varnashram Dharma, and I mainly remained absorbed in that topic. And so I purposely was avoiding the Rtvik Guru issue. Over time, I would hear how some of the Rtvik-RAS supporters were attacking the characters of the new gurus in an effort to get people to realize that they weren't actually qualified. And while I agreed with some of their other outlying points, for me, the character attacks on senior ISKCON devotees just cast a negative image on the whole character of the Rtvik-RAS supporters. Attacking and fault-finding were a turnoff for me. It distracted from the philosophical arguments that they were trying to make. Yet the GBC's hardline rhetoric against the Rtvik-RAS supporters was no better. The GBC had mandated that Rtvik-RAS supporters be kicked out of Srila Prabhupada's mission, even asking that they not be allowed to even come to the temples at times. This negative attitude by the GBC became amplified by many of the grand disciples who harbored very un-Vaishnav behavior, very offensive behavior toward disciples and followers of Srila Prabhupada who held the view that the GBC were wrong on this issue. Online, I saw some of the grand disciples openly calling for devotees to smash in the faces and physically attack and beat those who supported the Rtvik-RAS path. They were openly inciting violence against the Rtvik-RAS supporters. One even suggested that their property and possessions all be destroyed. All of that had a very chilling effect on me, and I kept choosing not to get involved with this from either side of the issue, especially when every time I did try to study the topic, I'd just have to stop due to these dark, sick feelings that would rise up within me. As you can see, my personal story is very long. So I'm going to take another break here. And if you need a break also, you can take one. When you're ready, tap on part 3. Thank you.